शेयर कर दूं? Good evening and welcome to all the students for the first live interaction session for our NPTEL course on Introduction to Aerospace Engineering. I can notice that the course TA, Mr. Namanuddin, is also there in the meeting. Thank you, Naman, for helping me in various ways in conducting this course and answering the queries of all the students regularly. So here is the layout of today's session. We will talk about the date for exam registration, about the internship offered by NAL. There were some questions raised by students in the announcement. So some questions we have taken for discussion. Then I would like to clarify and request you to take part actively in the discussion forum, because that gives us a lot of feedback. Plus, we will also look for some feedback, suggestions, and complaints if you have. And then I'm going to talk about two upcoming competitions. The first one, NACDAC 7, is open mainly for students of aerospace engineering, but non-aerospace engineers also can take part as team members. The second competition, called as DOBAS UAV competition, is open to any engineering college student without any constraint about the branch. And finally, we will take up some queries that you may have. Moving on, many students may not know some information regarding the last date for exam registration. As per the original LPTEL calendar, the last date was supposed to be 18th August, but it has now been extended to 28th August at 5 p.m. Okay. So you still have time to register for the examination. Students, there are many benefits of registering for the examination and appearing for it and scoring marks. Under the new education policy, NEP 2020, many colleges will give you credit transfer for one elective course on using the certificate that you will get if you pass this course. Along with that, there are several other benefits. For example, you may or may not be immediately aware that there is something called as a NPTEL summer-winter internship. So when you appear in the examination and clear the examination, the top students of every NPTEL course can be offered internships if the instructor agrees. They could range from 2 weeks to 8 weeks. And these are internships for which you get some stipend. One of the beneficiaries of this internship scheme was your course TA, Namanuddin, who had topped the course. And on the basis of that, he was given an internship with me in IIT Bombay. Subsequently, he was hired as a project engineer for about 1 year. And now he is pursuing higher studies, a master's program at IIST. So not only do you get credit transfer, not only can you prove that you have done this course properly, but you also are eligible for paid internships. So that is why I will urge all of you, don't worry, because we take only 8 out of the 12 assignments for the evaluation. So even if 1 or 2 assignments are not good, don't worry. you still have time. You can give the remaining assignments. Some of you may have joined the course late and you may have missed 1, 2, even 3 assignments. Doesn't matter, because as I said, 8 out of 12 will be counted. So actually 4 assignments can be dropped, which means nearly 1 month of the course. Okay. So if you are careful and if you are serious about doing the assignments, then you will be able to get a pass certificate, and that means you have cleared the course. When you do internship in NPTEL, this is the kind of certificate you get. And interesting point is that this certificate also remains on the NPTEL website. So anyone can actually verify this later. So interestingly, not only do you get a proper certificate of internship, it can also be verified by anybody on the NPTEL website. So I urge you, those of you who are really serious and motivated, to do this course properly, submit the assignments, give the examination, and remember, you have to pass in assignments separately and in the examination separately. And then the combined score is the one that gives you your final score. So you have to take the assignments also seriously and the exam also seriously. Let us now go ahead and have a look at some questions which have been asked from the announcement. Yachit Guliani, I don't know whether you are there in this session. If you are there, Yachit, can you please just type in the text chat so I'll come to know that you are there. Yachit has a very generic question. How to make best out of the course? So the answer for Yachit and all the other students is that you can make best of this course by registering for the examinations, giving all the assignments, and giving the examination and getting a good score. Because if you get a good score in the examination, it becomes a proof that you have undergone this course. And believe me, apart from credit transfer, you also get a lot of credibility when you submit the NPTEL certificate to anybody. Whether it is when you apply for internships, or when you apply for a job, or when you apply for higher studies, the certificate from NPTEL definitely carries some weight. And as I mentioned, I'll again repeat, you may also get some credit transfer and you can save some effort and some money. Indumati has asked a question. She is interested in the aerospace field, but she got mechanical engineering in college. So now, how to approach this course to enhance my knowledge in this field? So Indumati, this course is mainly meant for students like you who are not able to get admission into a field of their choice, and also for students from colleges who are, maybe they have aerospace engineering department, but they are not very happy with the content and with the way courses are conducted. So you get an exposure to the level at which we pitch our courses in IITs. So remember, Indumati, that aerospace engineering is basically a child of mechanical engineering. So therefore, it doesn't matter if you could not get admission into aerospace engineering field. Doesn't matter. As a mechanical engineer, you can do a lot of contribution in the aerospace field. There are many people who are stalwarts in aerospace engineering, but they do not have an undergraduate degree in aerospace engineering. It doesn't matter. So if you do a good mechanical engineering, you can then get admission for masters in aerospace engineering. Okay. And the second thing is that as a mechanical engineer, you can tailor-make your studies in aerospace engineering by taking internships, assignments, projects, and your final BE project in an aerospace field, because mechanical engineers can definitely find some application in aerospace engineering. So what you can do is, apart from this introductory course, you can do other courses on NPTEL in the field of aerospace engineering. There are courses in propulsion, there are courses in structures, there are courses in aerodynamics, there are courses in design, which I also take. This semester, I am running 2 courses on NPTEL. These are repeat courses. The one is this course, Introduction to Aerospace Engineering. There is also a course parallelly going on Introduction to Aircraft Design. If you have not taken it this time, it's all right. You can take it next year, because these courses will be running for many years, every year. Okay, moving ahead. Ramya says that she is from economics background, but she has been interested in astronomy and aerodynamics for a long time. So she wants me to give her some suggestions on how to solve numerical problems. Well, Ramya, with economics background, you still get exposure to basic mathematics and to concepts like curve fitting, generating trend lines. This kind of basic this kind of basic knowledge might be sufficient for you, because you must have done class 12th in science stream. So knowledge of mathematics of class 12th is sufficient, I think, to do the assignments of Introduction to Aerospace Engineering. Perhaps you will have difficulty in the assignment related to fluid flow, where we talk about compressible fluid. There is some amount of differentiation, etc., which you may not know, but don't worry, you should be able to make up. So I don't have any specific suggestions, but I know that most of the numerical problems that we are going to give in the assignments as well as in the final examination are using basic algebra and some basic trigonometry. So that should be something that you should be able to handle. But if you face difficulty, let us know on the discussion forum, and then we can recommend to you what can be done. Mohammed Babluwala has asked a question about how will I proceed my study in order to crack the NPTEL exam. So, Mohammed Babluwala, please remember that if you do the assignment seriously and committedly, you will get hints for some questions in the final examination. And also, the questions that we ask in the final examinations are not really very different in the standard and in the level than what we ask in the assignments. So therefore, you should be able to crack the examination if you give all the assignments systematically. And if there is a mistake in your answer, you will cross-check with the discussion forum and get the correct answers. If you do this diligently every week, I'm sure you should be able to handle the examination. You should not face much problem. Okay, but as I said, discussion forum is there. Namanuddin is a very, very helpful teaching assistant. He will be glad to help you out, to give you whatever guidance and help you need. If there is something that is beyond him, he will contact me and we will be able to help you. Don't hesitate. Let us know your issues in the discussion forum and we will try our best to help you. So, short answer to your question is give all the assignments seriously, cross-check your answers with the correct answers, and then prepare well in the examination. You will get about a week or 10 days time after the last assignment is submitted. And using the material available in the standard textbook by J.D. Anderson, you should be able to crack the examination pretty easily. Muhammad Mosamil has given a text message saying that I did not take this course seriously this time. Can I enroll for the course next semester? When will we get to enroll this course next time? So Muhammad Mosamil, first of all, a lot of time has not yet gone. Even if you become serious from today onwards, you have enough margin to do this particular course well. Because as I mentioned, only 8 assignments out of 12 will be considered. Secondly, if you want to give it next time, you have to wait for 1 year, because in the month of January, I normally rerun my course on Introduction to Lighter Than Air Systems. So that goes from Jan to July. And this particular course and the course on aircraft design, it is run from July to October. So if you want to register for the next, you have to wait for 1 year. It will be July next year when this course is again offered. But still, we have enough time to cover up. So please don't worry. You should be able to sort out your problems even right now. It is not too late. So there are a series of questions which I will answer one by one. How to get a research internship in aerospace engineering in India? To get a research internship, you have to basically approach the various faculty members, send them an email mentioning your interest in working with them. But before you send an email, you should do some homework. You should be clear what is the area in which the faculty member is working and is interested in sourcing some interns. So you need to look at some of the recent projects and publications of that faculty member before you write. Simply writing a mail saying that I'm interested in your area will not really impress them. But some research if you do about their work, and then if you put an application for internship, it will carry more weight. Second thing is, most of the institutions like IIT Bombay, they also offer dedicated research internships to students. For example, in IIT Bombay, we have a scheme called as the Industrial Research and Consultancy Cell Research Internship Scheme. So the announcement for this scheme has already been made. I will just show you the website. And already this has been announced, and students are able to apply for it. Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to get this link to work. Okay, so as you can see, the IITB Research Internship Awards 2023-24 have been announced. It was announced on 1st of August and last date is 30th of August. You can choose 3 projects. So basically, there is a link called Available Projects. If you click on that link, you will come to know which projects are available. Each project has got certain basic requirement. And there is an eligibility requirement, which is common to all the students. So you can go online on this website, search for IIT Bombay Research Internship Awards, look at the available projects, click on the projects descriptions, choose up to 3 projects based on your own preference, and submit your documents. Once it is done on 30th August, the faculty members will get to know how many students and which students have applied for their projects as first choice, second choice, and third choice. And then we will shortlist the candidates and inform you. And then between 3rd and 11th October this year, we will be conducting interviews. And once you are selected, you can join the internship between 26th December and 5th January, depending on the mutual convenience of the intern and the faculty member in IIT Bombay. The internship will get you a fixed stipend of 15,000 rupees per month, but we will not be able to give you any accommodation. This internship will be for a minimum period of 4 months to maximum 6 months from date of joining. Okay. So this is a very interesting internship. I have also put one project in this particular internship, but the eligibility criteria for my project this year is only people from mechatronics, robotics, electrical or electronics background. Because the nature of problem I am looking at is that type. So sorry, aerospace engineers, mechanical engineers cannot apply for my project But there are several projects which my colleagues have offered. You can apply. The next question is, if we want to attempt GATE from aeronautical engineering side, what should be our approach? My answer to you is, there is absolutely no need for anybody who is not from aerospace engineering department to attempt GATE in aerospace engineering. You should not do this. It is not needed. You are assuming that to do MTech in aerospace engineering, you have to give GATE in aerospace engineering. That is not the requirement. You can give GATE in your own subject, either in mechanical or in electrical or in civil. Okay. And based on the score obtained by you in your own discipline, you will be eligible for admission for MTech in IIT. So only thing you should check is that there are certain backgrounds which are eligible for MTech in IIT Bombay. So you should be from that background. And that's it. Just give the GATE in your subject, or there are some subjects like XE, which are generic subjects. You can take those also. So my recommendation to you will be, before you decide or before you plan all these things, kindly check the website of the specific IIT or IISc Bangalore and look at the eligibility criteria. And you will be surprised to note that many branches GATE scores are acceptable for aerospace engineering. IIT Bombay, I can tell you, we take people with aero background. So GATE score in aero, mechanical, electrical, civil. I think production also. And also I think XE. But please check on the website and then take a decision. So to make it once again very clear, to do MTech in aerospace engineering, you do not have to give GATE in aerospace engineering unless your basic degree is aerospace engineering. Even there also, aerospace engineers can also appear in XE and get admission to MTech. So please look at the website before you decide. What are the current areas of research in aerospace engineering, especially from the perspective of a mechanical engineer? As I mentioned to you, aerospace engineering is a baby or offshoot of mechanical engineering. Therefore, most of the areas of mechanical engineering are open research areas in aerospace engineering. Broadly speaking, research in aerospace engineering can be divided into subtopics like aerodynamics, aircraft structures, aircraft or aerospace propulsion, and guidance and control. These are the key areas. So for a mechanical engineer, almost any area on aerospace engineering, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is forming, whether it is assembly, even production, they are all relevant, and you might actually be able to contribute to aerospace engineering because it is an offshoot of mechanical engineering. So there is no limit to the number of research areas. Some projects that can be done as part of knowledge gained from this course. Yes, we were thinking of giving you some projects, and we will not evaluate them. They are only meant for your excitement and for your learning. Maybe I will launch something in the next interaction session or on the discussion forum. So wait for announcement in the discussion forum. You might get some projects which can be given to you. Okay. Thank you, Rishabh Yadav, for all these questions. If you are in the meeting, I would request you to please identify yourself. Just type and say, yes, this is Rishabh. So I will know that you are online. Patel Prajesh has a question. What is the route for chemical engineers to enter in aerospace aeronautical engineering? Prajesh Patel, unfortunately, direct entry into MTech is not available with background in chemical engineering, as far as I know. But please check the eligibility criteria. However, chemical engineers can definitely work in the areas of synthetic aviation fuels or in the area of propulsion, rocket propulsion. Most of the rockets, solid propellant rocket, liquid propellant rockets, the propellants are fabricated by chemical engineers. So yes, you can do a very good job in chemical engineering and apply your knowledge for rocket propulsion or aerospace propulsion. Okay, let's move ahead. Please remember that every NPTEL course has a discussion forum. Many students don't take advantage of the discussion forum. They only take part in the discussion regarding grading or assignments or any query regarding the course, but they do not use it to ask their doubts. So please learn how to join discussion forum. Go to the course page, ask a question, join group, ask your queries, and use the discussion forum actively because it is meant for you only. Richa Srivastava with a question: can electronics and IT students apply in aerospace engineering? So Richa, the answer is students from electronics definitely can. Definitely can, because as far as I know, students with electronic E and TC, electronics and E and EC background are eligible for masters in aerospace engineering. IT, I don't know. I'm not very sure if it is just IT, but if it is electronics and IT, you might be eligible. Once again, I would request you, these are things which keep changing with time. If I say you something and then tomorrow you find it is not there, you will then feel very bad. So best thing is go to the academic office webpage of IIT Bombay, look for the link for MTech programs and look for the rules and regulations. And there you can look for the eligibility. So if we have time in the end of today's session, I'll try to do it for you and I'll try to show it to you. I understand, Richa, IT is information technology. I understand. I'm not sure whether students of IT can directly contribute to aerospace engineering. I don't think just an IT degree will be suitable or eligible for admission to MTech, but we will check after some time. So let me finish whatever I want to say. And then if we have time in the end, we will go to the website of IIT Bombay MTech program and we will tell you what is the eligibility criteria. Also, please use the discussion forum to give feedback and suggestions regarding the way in which the course is being conducted, comments and suggestions about the assignment questions, comments and suggestions regarding how do you find the course, and also if you have any complaints, if you have a complaint regarding the TA, if you have any complaint regarding the course material or me, you are also welcome to lodge your complaint. It has happened in the past and we have taken it very positively. I remember last year there was a student who was constantly complaining that why don't you give us partial marks in the assignments? As you probably know, in the assignment that we give you, we are giving you multiple choice questions most of the time. There are numerical questions, there are match the following questions, and there are multiple choice questions. So what we find is that many students use guesswork in solving these questions. So therefore, we have taken the decision that even if the question says multiple select, that means more than one answer may be correct. Maybe only one answer is correct. Also, there are many questions, especially in the MSQ, where more than one choice is correct or all four are correct. So in these questions, we give you a mark only if you tick all the right choices. And if you tick any one wrong choice, you will get 0 marks. Because we don't want you to use guesswork to answer the question. We want you to look at the material carefully. We want you to go back to the material, see the video once again, come back and then answer the quiz. So therefore, we have not gone for partial marking to be awarded in the assignments. And this was a complaint which a student had last year. He lodged his complaint. I went through the complaint. I discussed with Noman and then we gave our opinion. So complaints are also very much welcome. Moving on, I want to talk to you about 2 competitions. The first one of them is this one called as National Aircraft Conceptual Design Competition. And that's why it's called as NACDEC. National Aircraft Conceptual Design Competition. We are doing this competition from 2017 onwards. So we have already finished 6 competitions. The final round of the sixth one took place just during last weekend on 12th of August in Bengaluru. And now we are about to launch the seventh competition, which is essentially to do with a UAV for exploration over Mars. So here is a website that contains the details. And I'm going to show you some slides. So please remember, this competition is primarily an aerospace design competition. So therefore it is open. It is normally open only for aerospace engineering students, but we have made some exception from last year onwards. We have allowed students from other departments also to be in the team. Okay. So what are the aims? The aims of NACDEC is to encourage and nurture aerospace conceptual design activities amongst the young students. We would like you to utilize the opportunity for interacting with the experts from industry, academia. And this is done through monthly webinars. So we conduct a webinar every month. We normally do it on the third Saturday of every month, normally, depending on the convenience and availability of the speakers. So in these webinars, you get a chance to interact with the experts from industry and academia. In fact, we ask the students, what are the topics related to the competition for which they want some guidance, and we give that guidance. We also have a dedicated WhatsApp group and an email account for any query, clarification, or doubts regarding this particular competition. That is how you can interact with us regularly. We aim to give you a first-hand feel of how an aerospace system is designed, right from conceptualization to design. So we want you to go through a complete design cycle where you are given a list of requirements and you are asked to carry out the whole cycle. This competition goes for nearly about 10 months to 1 year. So you have enough time, and it is held in stages. Final bottom line of this competition is to make our engineering students industry ready. The common complaint we hear from the industry is that there are good students, but they are not useful for us. They are not ready for the problems in the industry because they have not got any exposure of the real field. So through NACDEC, we give them an exposure. How is it conducted? It is principally an online competition. For the major part of the competition, it is online. Only the final round is conducted offline. We have been doing this final round in Bengaluru for the last 6 years. The competition is conducted by the Aeronautical Society of India, which is the premier body of aeronautical engineers and aerospace scientists of the country. It is conducted jointly by the design division, which aims to encourage design thinking, and Mumbai branch, the branch from where I also come from. Okay. This is open to teams of engineering college students, in which there have to be maximum 5 members. Out of them, 2 of them have to be from aerospace engineering. So colleges that do not have aerospace engineering cannot participate. So Rishi Kushwaha, the answer to you is, students from a non-aerospace engineering institution cannot take part in the competition unless they find 2 members from aerospace engineering from their college. So if your institution does not have aerospace engineering degree, then I'm sorry, you cannot make a team, because you need to meet the requirement of mandatory 2 students from aerospace engineering or aeronautical engineering, but they can be undergraduates or postgraduates or PhDs, no problem. Okay, we don't allow postdocs and visiting scientists, etc., and faculty members. We only allow students who are undergraduate and or postgraduate. We normally allow only 1 team per institution, which is nominated by the principal or director. And there is going to be 1 faculty mentor with the team. The faculty mentor is principally meant for only administrative purposes. Generally, we conduct 3 rounds. There is an initial concept report round. This report could be in writing or this year we are going to go for video report. Then there is a midterm design report, final design report, and then there is a final presentation. Okay. The prize money for NACDEC is usually 45,000 rupees. But this year we were able to get sponsorship from a company called Art Park. So the prize money became 10 times more. It became almost 4.5 lakh rupees. This year also we are trying to get sponsorship from agencies like ISRO, and the prize money may go up, but this is the guaranteed amount currently. And all team members who submit the final design report, they will be given a certificate of participation, e-certificate of participation. So just to tell you about the previous NACDECs, the first one was on multi-role amphibian aircraft operating from Juhu Airport. The next one was a high altitude UAV for aerial mapping. The next one was a high altitude platform for communications coverage. The next one was intercity electrical vertical takeoff and landing air taxi aircraft, also called as ICE VTOLA. And in NACDEC 6, NACDEC 5, we had a water scooping amphibian aircraft for firefighting competition, WASAF competition. For last year, NACDEC 6, we had a autonomous air ambulance. Autonomous air ambulance means an air ambulance that does not have any pilot. It only has a patient and one paramedic. So it's an autonomous vehicle which is meant for providing emergency medical support. Okay, so it has to be a vertical takeoff and landing vehicle, and it should accommodate a list of equipment which are required to rescue people. So this competition was already conducted and 5 teams were shortlisted. Out of that, 3 were given the prizes. There was one team which got the first prize, and there were 2 teams that were joint second prize winners, and therefore there was no third prize. The first prize was 2.5 lakh rupees. It went to a team from DIAT Pune called as Vayamrit. The second prize was equally shared by a team from IIT Bombay called Sapira and a team from MVJ College of Engineering. Okay. So it was shared by 2 teams. Let me give you a sneak peek to the forthcoming NACDEC competition, NACDEC 7. So there you go. As I told you, sky is not the limit for this competition. Okay. So in this competition next year, you are going to design UMADS, which stands for a UAV for Mars atmospheric data study. The main idea is the mapping of the boundary layer over Mars and the aerial surveillance over Mars without using any rover, and the communication of data with the Mars rover. Okay, so Namanuddin is mentioning that video is not visible. So maybe I will show you the video directly from the source. Anyway, I think it's not really very important. I need to just share the screen. So yeah, I'm not really very. Let me see if I can share the screen, and if I can try to go onto Windows and just play the PowerPoint play the video from there. Let me see if it works. Please confirm, Naman, if you are able to see. Is the video visible? Never mind. It's not very important. Actually, it was just a small thing which I think is manageable. I will share the presentation back now. Where do I share it? Do I do it here? Yeah, so when I click on share, I'm not able to see that. Okay, I'll just see. There it is. Okay, so I'm back to the presentation now. Okay. It's not very important. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I mean, let us look at the content. That is more important. Once you go to the website, you will see the video there. Okay. So the job of this UAV is to map the boundary layer over Mars. But the main contribution is to be able to do aerial surveillance over Mars without using any rover. Today, most people who do surveillance over Mars, they first send a rover. And in the rover, they attach some device such as the Ingenuity, which then comes out and communicates with the rover. We are removing the need for rover. We are saying that you can communicate the data with the Mars orbiter without the need for a rover. So that is very attractive and very novel. So the specifications of this particular UAV are still being worked out. Generally speaking, we have bordered on this thing that we want to carry 5 kilograms of equipment and limit the maximum takeoff weight to 70 kg. The aim of this particular UAV is actually not oscillations, but explorations. I'll just correct it. It is nothing to do with exploration. It is supposed to do with exploration. So let me just correct it. Okay, I hope you're able to see my presentation now. Right. So we are basically looking at exploration from Mars surface to a height of around 100 meters above the ground level. And the system should have the ability to recharge using solar power so that it can do multiple such explorations. The detailed problem statement will be uploaded on this particular website, which is already live. What I would request is those of you who have aerospace engineering departments should talk to your friends there and create a team and register quickly. The registration form is, I think, already available on the website. And now I want to talk to you about another competition which is open to all engineering college students. Here, there is no bar or restriction on aerospace engineering. Okay. So this is called as DOBAS UAV. This particular competition is being conducted by the Aeronautical Society of India, which is celebrating 75 years of its existence. The DOBAS UAV competition is a competition dealing with mechatronics and robotics. The idea of DOBAS UAV is to design the docking and battery swapping system for a UAV, and that UAV has to be a vertical takeoff and landing UAV. It's a student competition open to engineering college students of any branch, any college, as long as it is approved by the standard AICTE and NBA, etc. 31st August is the last date for registration, but before that, we will have a webinar on 26th of August. So please register before 26th August so that you can be in our mailing list and we can invite you for the webinar. Otherwise, you will miss an important webinar. The mode of the competition will be both of online and offline. We plan to conduct the first two stages online. There is a stage 1 and then there is a stage 2. So both these stages are online. Stage 2 will end on 4th of November. And then on 18th and 19th of November, the Aerospace Society of India is conducting a mega event in New Delhi, Manekshaw Center in New Delhi, on these 2 days, 18th and 19th of November. The teams which are shortlisted for the final round, we will give you train fare to come to New Delhi and back. So we will give you return train ticket by 3rd AC from wherever your college is to New Delhi and back. Of course, if you are from New Delhi, then we do not pay you anything because we are not going to pay any local expenses. We can only pay outstation train expenses from the college location to Delhi and back. And if you are not able to come on those because of some examinations, etc., you have two options. One option is send a recorded video and we will play it there. Or much better will be if you can come online on a Zoom, which we will share with you. So for further information, there is a website. Please visit that. And there is a dedicated email address, dobasuav@gmail.com, for any queries or doubts. So I'll show you the website. So you can see there is no registration fee. Registration is completely free of cost. Okay, please confirm that my screen is visible, the website is visible. If not, then I will stop and I will share again. Okay, now can you confirm that the website is visible? I have shared the website, so I think it should be possible now. So Naman, please confirm that the website is visible. Okay, thank you so much for the confirmation. So you can see that this particular event, okay, you are basically looking at 3 objectives. You have to modify an existing fixed wing UAV for VTOL capability. But when you say modify, it only means design, because there is no fabrication in this competition. This competition is completely design. So when I say modifying an existing UAV, what I mean is design suggestions to modify. Then you have to design the docking mechanism, and then you have to design a battery swapping system. Okay. The prizes are going to be worth 2 lakh rupees. And as I mentioned, any student from any engineering college is eligible. You can have maximum 5 teams from your institution, and each team can have maximum 5 members. And we do it on first come, first serve basis based on the recommendation of the head of the institution or head of department. So there is a registration form which you have to fill. Okay, so as I said, there is a stage 1, there is a stage 2, there is a stage 3. Stage 1 will be purely based on a 10-minute video report after 1 month. Stage 2 will be after 2 months, where you give a detailed design report. And stage 3 will be presentation online. So here is the timeline. We have already launched this competition on 15th of August. By the end of this month is the last date for registration. But don't wait for the last date, please, because as I mentioned, there is a webinar on 26th, which will be only available to those who have registered. Then within about 1 month, 10 September, you submit the video report. After 10 days, we inform that you are shortlisted or not. Then within 1 month from there, you submit the final design report. And by 4th November, we inform you about shortlisting. If you are shortlisted, you will be welcome to visit New Delhi for the final round, stage 3, and the prize distribution. The final round can be conducted in hybrid mode if needed, as I mentioned to you. If you have some other commitments or if you are not able to come, it will be done. This competition is sponsored by ANSYS and Corel Technologies. We are very thankful to them. And as I mentioned, it is being conducted under the aegis of the Aeronautical Society of India, celebrating their 75th year of existence. Dedicated email is available, dobasuav@gmail.com for any clarifications. And you can see that registration is completely free of cost. Okay. Right. So going back to my presentation now. So now I'm open to queries. We have approximately 5 minutes remaining. So I'm open to any queries that you may have. I'm going to glance at the chat window now. And if I see some interesting and relevant question, I'm going to answer. Otherwise, after 5 minutes or so, we will say goodbye. The next live session is going to be held on 18th of September, which is just 2 days before the deadline of stage 1 of DOBAS competition. So please ask me your queries and I'll be happy to answer. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And I'm going to just look at the queries, if there are. Yeah, so if there are no queries, then we are going to stop our session. So guys, I'm waiting for your queries. Okay, so looks like there are no queries. So therefore, we are going to stop our session. We still have some time. If there is someone with some query, you can just type it in the live session in the chat window, and we will take up that particular question. So Ayaz Sheikh has asked a query. His query is, I am pursuing ME currently I am preparing for GATE A. Suggest me some tips. So if you are appearing for ME, I am assuming if you are doing, are you doing ME in aerospace engineering or are you doing ME in some other branch? Please type and tell me, is your ME is in aerospace engineering or ME is in any other branch? If it is in some other branch like mechanical, then you don't have to give for GATE AE. If you are doing ME, if you are doing your ME in aerospace engineering, then of course you can appear for GATE and use it for your admission either for MTech or for PhD. Yeah, so if ME is mechanical engineering, okay, oh, sorry, I thought ME is, I got it. You are pursuing ME currently, that is mechanical engineering, then you don't have to give GATE in AA. I told you, you can give GATE in aerospace in mechanical engineering only. Can you please share with us the derivation of the differential form of continuity equation as discussed by you in the lecture of week 3? That derivation can be obtained from any standard book on fluid mechanics. There is a very good book by Bachelor. You can just search online for the book Bachelor's in Fluid Mechanics and you will get the derivation there. It's not a big deal. It's easily available. Any other queries? Okay, I think Naman is saying that we should close this session because we have one more session after about 2 minutes. So I'm going to end this stream now. Right? Thank you so much. I will just end the stream.